Hello playing crazy goobers. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the hover bike that I made in my last video, and I'm also going to be making a much more simplified version of that, so let us begin. So let's first start off with the ball joint. We have a ball joint here, like so. Then we put a motor in front of it, like so, an unpowered motor. So after that, the settings on the ball joints are as follows. So you can set these to literally anything, it doesn't really matter. You can have this as a toggle. You make sure you set friction to like 0, max torque to max, speed to max, and you can set max angle to anything, it doesn't matter. You can even set it to 0 or 90, doesn't matter. But let's set it to 0 for now, and it'll set mouse control on. What this will do is now you've gotten a mouse control type thing. So if we get a seat in front like that, we give it a nudge. Yep, it already works. Fine, that works. Then we want to place 2 wing panels like that, like how I did here. So this one, make sure you have this one not touch this one, because you want this to not be anchored. This middle part you want it to not be anchored, so you have to skip a gap like that. And then you want to put a gyro facing front like that, that arrow at the front, or the red on the side and blue and front and back and green like that. Then you click on the green from below, that's how you click on them, and then you also press on the blue like that, and then you can set the settings. So I like to do like this. So P at max, max angle is at 90, strength also at max, and D also at max. Or you can also set D to 100, it doesn't matter. And powered on, fixed rotation off, and applied center on. And that's it. Now you have this little mouse control contraption that will always face upwards no matter what you do. Then let's add the hover thruster, which gets it to be super fast. So place one here because it'll use the motor as a way to thrust itself. Then you can set the speed to anything. I'll set, and also make sure you set the drag to 25. And I like to use W and S for speed because this one is already mouse controlled, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna set D to this, so it's much more like smoother experience. And just by this alone, you already have a little hover bike like that. But it's missing some things. If you go and try to stop in the middle of the air, it will slowly fall. There's a really easy way to fix that. All you need to do is copy this hover thruster, then you can just paste it like that. But this time, instead of increase height, you want it to decrease height when you're using it, and then you never want it to increase height. And you want to make sure that you have drag set to 25. What drag set to 25 does is it lets you basically, it gives a lot of drag on your creation, and if your creation is lighter than the amount of the force of the drag applied by the hover thrusters, it will float. So if I get it to work like so, and then if I just go in the air a little bit, I'll float just like that. And the more weight you have, obviously you want to put more of these, but it'll work each time. And a fun way that I found out of doing this is, instead of doing it like this, we can also put these 2 or this one hover thruster to use, make it even go even faster by just doing this. So deleting that, copying this, then doing the same one like that, so these 2 are the same. And then I copy this one and I move it here, and then I put the seat in front like that. And let's put a seat in front like so. This will allow me to, well, go way faster. Oh god, it is really laggy. Hold on. We just I don't know why I was lagging. I'm gonna put this to 90. There we go. Pick him up. Yeah. Yeah, so basically it just works. So at 90 degrees, it really goes really fast, and it's much more reliable in a sense in 90 degrees. I think I'm lagging a bit. That's why it's like being a bit rigidy, but at 90 degrees, it's much more, yeah, it's much more reliable. At 0 degrees, it's much more like, it goes a bit crazy. Okay, and yeah, at 0 degrees, it's a bit delayed. So that's how it works. So the secondary way of building this, which is a bit more unreliable in a sense, it really depends. What you can do is you don't need the motor, and you want to make sure that the max signal is set to 0 on this. And then I believe you can put a hover thruster directly on here. Like that. And then I'll move the seat back. This should work in theory, but if it doesn't, then... Oh, it does. Okay. So yeah, as you can see... Oh. Can't turn. Yep. So it can't turn like that. Yeah, it's much more confusing. Let's try doing this. So copy this like that, set its thing, and then I'm just gonna put a normal thruster and see how that works. Yeah, okay, this works. So you have to like clear the entire area in front of it, which, to be honest, I think that's bad. That's like, it gets you less parts, so you can make it with less parts, but if you want to use, if you want to use the hover thruster, you may as well just use the motor version. This one also works. Basically, you use the motor with 0, but you have to keep everything else around this like completely clear, like empty for it to work, which I think is like, I don't like that. So, because the cool thing about using the motor is that, one, it allows you to basically cover this whole thing up. So if I wanted to do that, you can completely cover all of this and get a wedge block like so. Put it here as well, like that. Make sure I set the thing to 90 degrees, because at 0 degrees is very weird. And then put the seat here and have a thruster. Oh yeah, getting this thing to work, it'll be a bit more trickier because it's like shielded. Right now, ball joints are still just very wacky, and there's no real way to like fix that. Yeah, it's really wacky. Press spam F until it works. Yeah, like that. And yeah, this works great. So yeah, this one is just better in a sense, because you can like hide it in a creation and it'll work. You just have to keep that area empty and make sure it's not welded, and it works. Let's try an even bigger creation. Something like this. It's a really old blimp, don't judge. Very old blimp. Let's see, so delete. Friction, speed, max angle at 0, and then max torque at 3000. Mouse control. This way. And yeah, for this big of a creation, it works. It's a bit delayed. Oh. Oh yeah, I pressed F because I accidentally... Okay. There we go. I mean, it kind of works. Oh yeah, it works. Like this. You can put this on a big creation. It'll be a bit laggy, but it works. And that's all that matters. If it works, it works. Yeah, the ball joints are a bit busted. This shouldn't do this. It's kind of weird that it does this, and it's basic. Isn't that a problem? Because like, let's say you actually want a ball joint to have a 1 degree, right? Will that? Yeah, it still does that, and that's a problem because that literally means that if you want to use this for, let's say, a mech arm, it's going to not help. Does this turn? Does 90 degrees still turn? Okay, it looks like 90 degree can't turn. How about 45? 45. Yeah, even 45, it turns the entire creation somewhat. Yeah, sometimes. It's really weird. And I honestly think this is a bug. So it may or may not be fixed later on, but who knows. It's really game breaking. Like, just to be honest, it is super game breaking. And if people want to use it for, let's say, turrets or mechs, like as let's just say mech arms or turrets with it, it'll they'll basically no, it'll move the entire creation, but it's not intentional. Maybe you can set the torque to something lower so it can't do that. But let's say you have something really heavy on the arm, how are you going to do it like that then? That's going to become a problem. So there's many use cases in which a ball joint is really useful, but the way it's made right now, it's a bit busted. The way that you can control the entire creation. That's not what that's an unintended cause of this. It's not meant to be a thing. But yeah, that's about it for this video. So, oh, let's save that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment if you want to see, I don't know, some more tips and tricks on playing crazy parts, because I really like this game. Like, I really like it a lot. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!